Hello, scholars. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing good. So, scholars, today we are going to start with a new chapter. Chapter number 9, and the name of the chapter is Shapes and Patterns. So, let's begin with the chapter now. So, scholars, we are going to start from page number 129. Looking back, use the code to color the same shapes of the same size. One is done for you. So as we can see is names of different shapes are given to us and the color code is also given to us. We have to color the shapes that are given below according to the correct color code. Scholars, we have already studied about different types of shapes in grade 1. Right? So let's begin now. Like, suppose the first one that is given to us is a square. And we have to color the square with blue color. Like, see, two are already done for us. So you have to find out the shapes, that is a square shape, and you have to color it with blue color. You can use the color code like blue. Exact blue I don't have, so I'm using this one, and you have to color it properly and neatly. Okay, this way. Then the circles with red color, all the circles that are given here, you have to color them with red, and make sure that here along with circles some oval shapes are also given here, so don't be confused with that. So we have to only color the circles this way. Here again one more circle is here and one circle is here. That means total 3 circles we can see here. Now, so this is the way how you have to use the color code, and you have to color the same shape and same size. So now the next is rectangle, which you have to color with yellow, ovals with green color, and triangles with pink color. So I would like you all to try this yourself as homework. Okay, moving on to the next question. Now, these are the names of the solid shapes you know, which we have already studied in grade 1. The shapes other than these: sphere, cylinder, cube, cone. Okay? Now, what is question being asked? Color the objects below using the same colors as the solid shapes they remind you of. Okay, so the solid shapes that are given here, use the color code and color these shapes accordingly. Like first is a ball, which is almost same as a sphere. So you have to color it with red color properly. Just see that the color does not come out of the shape. Now, next shape is of a box and which is same as a cylinder. So we have to color it with yellow color. So just use yellow color to color this box. I don't have exact yellow color. It's somewhat orange. Okay. Now the next shape that we can see is of a cube. And which color we have to color it with? Green color. So I will use a green color to color this cube. Okay, scholars. So in this way, you have to complete the other 2 shapes also. Use the color code that is given here and then color the given shape. Now, we move on to the next page. Page number 130. And the topic is shapes. Cuboid. These solid shapes are all cuboid, which you can see just now. These all are cuboids. And these are some cuboids you see around you, like a book, a duster, a matchbox, and an eraser. These all are some cuboids which we see around us every day. So now, seeing these shapes, you have to find out the one which is a cuboid and you have to color it. Color can be of your choice. So, from these shapes that are given here, let's color the cuboid. I'll use a yellow color to color it. So first shape is of a matchbox, which is a cuboid. So I'll color it. The next is a pencil, which is not a cuboid. Then we can see a box, or you can say a compass box, or whatever. It's a cuboid, so we need to color it. Color can be of your choice. Now, next two shapes are of ball and a glass, which is not at all a cuboid. Okay, so now see this question given here. How many of each shape can you see? Now, see this figure given here. Two shapes are given here. You have to see the shapes properly, and then you have to find out how many cylinders are here, how many cubes, how many spheres, how many cuboids, and how many cones can you see in this picture given here. You have to find it out, and you have to write the numbers in the box that is given here. So I would like you all to try this as homework. Okay? Now, moving on to the next topic, which is shapes that roll and slide. Okay, scholars, see this example that is given here. Take a pencil, push it along the floor. Does it roll or slide? Yes, it will definitely roll. If you push a pencil along the floor, it will roll. So you can write here, it will roll. Okay? See the next picture now. Take a scale. Push it along the floor. Does it roll or slide? So a scale will never roll, it will slide. So you can write here, it will slide. S-L-I-D-E. It will slide. Okay? Now see this third picture. Take a coin. Does it roll or does it slide? A cone, when you will push it along the floor, it will roll also and it can slide also. So both are correct, right? Now, mark the objects that roll or slide or both. So some pictures are given here. We need to put a tick on the correct column, whether it roll, whether it slide or both. First one is already done, like a tire. It roll also on the floor and it can slide also. So that's why a tick on both is there. Now see the next one. It's a picture of an ice cream cone. If you push it along the floor, what will happen? It will roll or it will slide. It is a cone. I think it will roll on the floor. So we will put a tick on roll. When you push it along the floor, it will roll and go to the other place, right? See the next picture. It's a picture of a glass. So when you push it along the floor, will it roll? Will it slide or both? It will roll, because if you put the glass straight and if you slide it, it will not slide, it will just fall down. So it will only roll. So we will put a tick on roll. See the third one, it's a picture of a cube. If you push it along the floor, it will never roll and go. It will slide. Okay. So here we will put a tick on slide. Now next picture is of a ball. If you push a ball along the floor, it will roll and go to the other place. So here we will put a tick on roll. Now see the last picture. It is a picture of a compass box. If you push it along the floor, it will slide and go to the other place. It will not roll. It will slide. Okay, so slide is the correct answer and we have to put a tick on that. Okay. Now, scholars, now we move on to the next topic on page number 132. Straight lines and curved lines. Just see this example given here. See the pictures given here. A length of rope held tight will give you a straight line. When you held it tight, it will give you a straight line. But if you held it loose, if you leave it, it will give you a curved line. Okay? So this is known as a straight line and this is known as a curved line. Okay? So now let's do some exercise related to it. Exercise 9A on page number 133. Use your ruler to join the dots with straight line. So here you have to use a ruler, that means a scale, to join the first dot with the second one. Okay? So how you will do it? You have to join the first dot with the second one. And see, it forms a straight line. Same way, see the second one? Again, when we join the first dot with the second one, it forms a straight line. Now see the third one? Again, when we join the first dot with the second one, it forms a straight line. So these are the straight lines. Okay? Now see the second question. Join the dots using a curved line. Do not use a ruler. Here you cannot use a ruler. You have to join the dot, first dot with the second one without a ruler. So let's do it. See, I am not using a ruler to join. So when I joined first dot with the second one, it formed a curved line. So it is a curved line. Now see the next one. Again, I will join the first dot with the second one without using a ruler. So it also formed a curved line. Now see the third one. Again, when you join the first line with the second one, it forms a curved line. So these are curved lines. Okay? We cannot use a ruler to draw a curved line. Okay? Now see the third question. Cross the odd one out. Okay. See the first one. First picture is of a curved line. Second is also a curved shape. But see this third one. It is a straight line. That means it is odd one. So you have to cross it like this. Okay. Now see the next one. Here, this is a closed shape, closed figure. Second is also a closed figure. But see the third one. It is not a closed figure. Okay. So this is the odd one out. We will cross it. Now see the third one. Here it is these are two straight lines. And these are the last one also two straight lines. But this is a curved line. That means it is odd. So we will cross it. Okay. Now see the next question. Question number 5. Here 3 hands are there in which mehndi designs are there. Which mehndi design has only straight lines, only curved lines, or both straight and curved lines? So I would like all of you to see the pictures carefully and then find out which hand has only straight lines, which hand has only curved lines, and which hand has both straight and curved lines. So this I would like all of you to try it out as homework. Okay? Moving on to the next topic on page number 134. Sleeping line, standing lines and slanting lines. Now let's learn more about them. Join these dots with a straight line. Okay, so we have to join the dot first with the second one. So when we join the first dot with the second one, this is a sleeping line which is formed here. This is known as a sleeping line. Now see the second one. Again we will join the first dot with the second one. So here a standing line is being formed. This is a standing line. Now see the third figure. When we join the first dot with the second one here, and here also first dot with the second one, these are called slanting lines. Okay? This is a sleeping line, this is a standing line, and these are slanting lines. So scholars, now related to this topic, let's do some exercise given on page number 135, exercise 9b. See this figure given here? How many of each do you see? Now, just see the picture carefully and then we have to answer what is being asked. How many sleeping lines are there? Just now we have studied sleeping lines, standing lines, and slanting lines. So, 1, 2. 2 sleeping lines are here. So, we will write here 2. Now, they are asking how many standing lines are here. I can see only one standing line here. So, I will write here 1. Now, they are asking how many slanting lines are here. So, let's find out. 1, 2, 3. 3 slanting lines are here. So, this is the way how you can find out sleeping lines, standing lines, and slanting lines. Now, see the next question given here. See the first figure. Draw one slanting line on the square. Make 2 triangles. So, this one is already done. When you make one slanting line on the square, it will give you 2 triangles. One here, one this side. See the next one. Draw 2 slanting lines on the square and make 4 triangles. So, we have to make 2 slanting lines. 1, 2. So, see, it will give you 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, now see the third one. Draw one sleeping line on the square and make 2 rectangles. So, this is our sleeping line. When you make one sleeping line, it will give you 2 rectangles. 1, 2. Okay. Now, see the next question given here. Look at this rectangle. Each corner has a name A, B, C, D. Then follow the instructions. So, can you see this picture, this rectangle given here? And each corner has a name A, B, C, D. Now, let's see what they are asking. First, we will start with point number 1. Draw a curved line from corner A to corner D. From here A to D, we have to draw a curved line. And curved line is drawn without using a scale. Okay, so we have done. Now see the next point what they are asking. Use a ruler and draw a slanting line from corner B to corner D. Now we have to draw a slanting line using a ruler from corner B to corner D. This way. Okay. So now let's see third point what they are asking. Use a ruler and draw a sleeping line from the middle of the red line to the middle of the blue line. From the middle of the red line to middle of the blue line till here we have to draw a sleeping line. This way. Okay. Now see the fourth point. Draw a zigzag from corner A to corner C. We have to draw a zigzag. This is zigzag from A to C. Now see the last point. Use a ruler and draw a standing line from the middle of the green line to the middle of the gray line. That means from here to here, we have to draw a standing line. This way. Done? Okay. So this is the way how you can read the instructions and then you have to complete what is being asked. Moving on to the next page, exercise 9C on page number 137, pattern. It's related to complete the pattern. Complete this pattern, do the next 2. Okay, see the first pattern first. First we have to understand the pattern that is given here, then we can complete it. Okay, see the first pattern. In the First pattern, it is a square and the lines can be seen this side. And then in the next shape, the lines are on the opposite side. Again, in the third one, the lines are on the first top side, then it is on the downside. So what will be the next two shapes? Let us make, first we will make two square, because we have to draw the next two shapes. Okay, so now the lines will be this side. Okay, till the middle you have to draw. And in the next shape, again it will be facing downwards, this way. Till the middle you have to draw the lines, this way. Understood? Now see the next pattern. See the pattern of B. The B is facing right side. Then it's facing left hand side. Then again it is facing right hand side. Then left hand side. Again it is facing right hand side. So now the next shape will be this side, and then again right hand side. This is the way how you can complete the given pattern. Now see the third one. First we can see a big circle, then smaller than that and smaller than that. Again the same pattern is being continued. Big, then smaller than that and smaller than that. So again we will draw the shape, next pattern here. Big circle, smaller than that and smaller than that. Again see one more. A big circle, then smaller than that and smaller than that. This way. Understood? So now scholars, I would like you all to try the remaining as homework. Okay? Moving on to the last page of this chapter, which is also related to complete the pattern only. Color to see the number pattern. The first one is begun for you. Okay. First one is already done. We will see the next one. Can you see the numbers that are given here? And the boxes are given here. Whatever the number is written there and in which color, we have to shade that many boxes. Like the first one is 3 with a green color. So we will use a green color and then we will shade 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. This way. Okay. Now the next number is 5 with a red color. So here we will use red color. And what is the number? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now again see the next number. Again it is 3 with a green color. So we have to color 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now again see the next number. It is 5 with the red color. So again use a red color and complete the pattern. So now see the pattern what is going on. 3. Let's write the pattern also. 3, 5. 3, 5. Then what will be the next here? Again 3, 5, 3, 5. This is the pattern that is going on. So let's do it. Again 3 box with green color. And then 5 box with red color. So this is the pattern that is going on. Again 3 boxes with green color. And again 5 boxes with red color. This is the pattern that is going on here. See? This is the way how you have to complete this question now. So I would like you all to try this remaining 2 as homework. You have to just read out the numbers and just see the color that is given here and you will get a pattern. So scholars, here we come to the end of chapter number 9. The worksheet and assignment related to this chapter is given in the link in the description box. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.